Hey everyone, it's the middle of October already. I know, can you believe it? It's crazy, going by so fast. Well, as you probably know by all the pink you've seen around, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but did you know that October has more awareness celebrations than any other month? Wow, look at that, too many. But we'll be taking a look at some of those lesser known ones on this week's Rip City Fantasy Football League Recap. Let's go to the main event this week, as two undefeated teams battled it out. But, as I said, there can be only one. And that was Team Hell Yes, getting the big win over Broken Helmet Touch, 152.8 to 141.88. We can clearly see a number one in our league now, and that's a good thing because it's Blindness Awareness Month. And you'd have to be blind not to see that Tyreek Hill was the reason Tracy won this week. Hill did his best John Cena impression as the Pats D couldn't see him as he ran blindingly fast for 7 receptions, 142 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns. See how he runs for one with the bonus. A pack of seeing eye dogs wouldn't have been able to find Hill and stop him from putting up 42.7 fantasy points, helping Tracy remain undefeated and now in first place at 6-0, while Broken Helmet Touch sadly weeps at the lament of his first loss, moving him to 5-1 in second place. Next on the docket, Los Lobos limps his way to victory, 114.62 to 98.78 over I'm Not Even Flexing. Anthony, you were lucky to get that win this week as your team is looking pretty hobbled. Might need some physical therapy. Good thing it's National Physical Therapy Month because your team needs it. Be thankful you have Ezekiel Elliott running on 2 good legs, providing a therapeutic 18.2 fantasy points from 106 yards rushing and a score plus 1 reception for 11 yards. He brought your team back from atrophy after 3 straight losses, and perhaps he'll be the push needed to move your team forward. As this week you recover a bit and your team goes up to 10th place at 2-4. Chris moves to 6th place, also at 2-4. Moving forward, Tecmo Stan had a great week, taking down Antonio Goes to 162.5 to 125.9. Many big performances helped you this week. You got 22.6 fantasy points from Sony Michel. Weymouth Jinston shows that he still got game with 32.7 fantasy points. That's Jameis Winston. A little tongue-tied today, I guess. Heck, even the Ravens D helped out with a big 28 fantasy points. Man, what's wrong with me today? I'm really getting my words mixed up. Hey, maybe I'm dyslexic. And it's a good month to find out because it's Dyslexia Awareness Month. But let's get back to the recap. Your main man this week with 34 fantasy points is none other than Gelvin Morton, who got the job done with 18 rushes for 132 yards and 3 touchdowns. As your star bunning rack helped wet you the gin and move up to 5th place at 3-3. Matt stumbles this week to 7th place at 2-4. Hey, I know it's all fun and games, me mixing my words around, but you know what? Dyslexia, it's a serious condition. And it's not just about mixing words, letters, numbers, that kind of thing. I have a lot of experience with people with dyslexia, so I can tell you that there's a lot more involved there. And in fact, a lot of people think that it's like a disorder, but the truth is, it's actually part of a step of evolution in the way that we communicate. So it's like they're stuck between this level and the next level, and so they have a hard time communicating with people who, haven't evolved yet. So the truth is, while they may get spelling errors and they may not know their directions as well as you, they probably do everything else better than you. So you should probably be nice to those people and support them because they're awesome people. Let's move on from the PSA, as Sutane Clan stays alive with another win, 121.52 to 97.14 over Relax. Your best paisanos, Wentz and Thielen, had a good day for you, but it was the Big D of New York that did the job for your fantasy family as the Jets put the hit out on the Colts. Wondering why I'm talking in a hokey Italian accent? Because it's Italian Heritage Month, Stunad. And when you think Italian American, you gotta think New York. Lower Manhattan, Brooklyn, Little Italy, Staten Island. Hey, you think Andrew Luck would get lucky in the Big Apple? Forget about it. The Jets D had a fumble recovery, 3 interceptions including a pick 6, helping you out with 20.5 fantasy points, making you a made woman this week as you get the win and move up to 11th place at 2-4, taking out full-blooded Italian Vinny Caliendo, who moves down to 8th place at 2-4 as well. Hey you two, 2-4 ain't that bad. Just keep playing hard and your mob will take care of you, capiche? Now it's time for the blowout of the week. Did you know that it's Bullying Awareness Month? Well, that didn't stop Dash to the Future from beating up on Ball Founders 166.88 to 96.2. That's a 70.68 margin of victory. Barkley and Mahomes ganged up on Casey's squad this week, beating him down like a nerd on the playground, combining for 81.38 fantasy points. It was purple nurples and swirlies all over the place as Barkley ran for 130 yards and a touchdown with the big bonus and caught 9 balls for 99 yards. But let's not forget about Pat Mahomes, who straight up pants the New England D, taking their lunch money and throwing down 358 yards passing for 4 touchdowns, 2 for the bonus, and punching in 9 yards rushing. Ryan's red-ass beatdown of Casey keeps him solid in 4th place at 4-2. Casey is down but not out, still in it at 2-4 in 9th place. And as I said earlier, of course we know that it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so we'll see a lot of the pink on the field, but the NFL is not the only game in town who's supporting the Tatas. For years, the WWE has celebrated October with pink ring ropes, pink apparel, and featuring breast cancer survivors on their show. Speaking of the WWE, they lent us a little help this week to go over the squeak of the week. Because this week's squeak of the week came down to the wire at the end of Monday Night Football. And it was a big comeback for one of you, while the other one of you suffered a terrible heartbreak. So that means only one thing. That's right. We proudly present to you the icon, the main event, the showstopper, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, in this week's Heartbreak of the Week.
As I'm sure you can clearly tell, I'm not the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, but I am the excellence of execution, Bret the Hitman Hart. And let me tell you what this is all about. What this is all about is that Shawn Michaels went ahead and took his ball and left. He's lost his smile again. So they sent me in his place, which makes more sense anyway, because we're talking about breast cancer awareness, and I'm wearing the pink representing. Plus it's the Heartbreak of the Week, and I am Bret Hart. So it makes all the sense in the world. If you ask me, I'm going to try to do the best I can with this stupid Shawn Michaels laden script they gave me. But let's take a look here. Because you know what? I am the excellence of execution. I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And I'm all about saving the Tatas. And talk about survivors. How is Aaron Rodgers doing this with one leg this season? The comeback kid did it again the other night as the Packers were down big early on and the malignant Niners D plagued Aaron Rodgers. But in the 4th quarter, Aaron did the Aaron thing. Meanwhile, Steven was holding on to a slim lead as Alfred Morris found himself inexplicably out of Kyle Shanahan's game plan, putting up zilch for Steven's squad. With precious minutes left to go, Rodgers orchestrated a 4th quarter comeback, leading to a touchdown pass to Devontae Adams with just under 2 minutes remaining to tie it up at 30 apiece. But that was enough to put Steven and eventually the Niners away after a game-winning field goal from Mason Crosby. Now if only Aaron Rodgers could eradicate cancer like he does 4th quarter leads, am I right? So not only does Steven's favorite team lose, but his fantasy team as well. Now that's what I call a heartbreak. Anyway, Keena gets the last second victory, 146.1 to 138.26, thanks to Dr. Aaron Rodgers, MD. The MD stands for making dinero, as he might be making some for you this season, Keena. So that's it for me. But remember, ladies, early detection is the key, so keep those boobies in check. Man, this script is terrible. I know it's written for Sean, but hopefully next time you have a better, more dignified script written for me. Something worthy of the Hitman, because this is no good. Anyway, I am the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. For Shawn Michaels, this is Bret the Hitman Hart, and this has been your Heartbreak of the Week.
Thanks, Bret. Wow, October really is a month of awareness. But now it's time to make you all aware of some of the uh-ohs in your squads this week. That's right, we now take the time to salute the players on your pine, piling up fantasy points you'd rather have in your starting lineup in a segment we like to call On Your Bench! Reichel, you put change of pace back Wendell Smallwood in instead of starting Latavius Murray, who is subbing for an injured Dalvin Cook at home against a porous Arizona D? What were you thinking, man? But you got the blowout this week, so I'll give you the pass. Also, Tracy, you should have started Alshon this week, but you're undefeated, so you'll get the pass as well.
But Ash, let me talk to you here for a second. You come to me, your commissioner, for fantasy football advice on the day of my daughter's wedding, and then you don't even take it? I tell you to start Tariq Cohen, but you leave him on your pine, where he produced 19.6 fantasy points that you could have used to pad your win this week. You've insulted me with your disrespect, but I'll let you off with a warning. This week, Asher, I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. You're either gonna start Tariq Cohen this week, or you end up like this guy, by leaving him with cement shoes on the bench.
I sure have had to do a lot of mobster voices for this video, but I think I'm doing okay. What do you think? Am I doing good, fellas? I'll take that as a yes. Speaking of Italians, my man, the Italian stallion, Vinny Caliendo. You went to Browntown on the waiver wire this week picking up the Cleveland D, but you left the Browns sitting while they left you a present of 16.1 fantasy points on your pine. Smooth move, X-Lax. No wonder your season is in the hopper. So maybe you should actually use the Cleveland D and you might just take the Browns to the Super Bowl instead of leaving them to waste. On your bench! We're only through 6 weeks and I'm already repeating the toilet jokes bit, but hey, you know what? It's funny shit, right? And finally, Steven, for the 3rd time this season and the 2nd week in a row, you are the On Your Bench All-Star of the Week. Just look at that bench, 91.8 fantasy points. And look at that lineup, lots of holes to fill. I mean, even Derrick Henry's 3.1 points or Kenyon Drake's 7.8 fantasy points would have been better than the unexplained void left by Morris's goose egg. Didn't start Drake again? You really ducked up there. Yeah! Uzama? Ooh, mama. Okay, it's only 8.4 points, but it's better than the 5 Kittle gave you at tight end. Also, you should have let Mr. Rogers into your neighborhood. And you would have won this week instead of getting beat hard if you started CJ Beathard. But the real keys to this missed victory would have been Marquise Goodwin with 34 points on your pine. Instead of a bad loss, you could have had a good win if you hadn't left Marquise on your bench. Wow, Steven, you might be running away with the On Your Bench All-Star of the Year award. And not starting Goodwin, our Niners' #1 wide receiver, but instead starting the Texans' #3 wide receiver? Well, let's see. Anthony got the win this week and benched Joe Flacco finally, so we'll go ahead and take the dunce cap off of him and we'll put it right there on you, Steven, until things improve. That's actually all for this week, and I really had to reach just to get that much. Maybe you're all learning how to utilize your benches. Maybe soon you won't even need the segment anymore, huh? Heck, maybe I could just stop altogether, eh?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Okay, alright. We'll continue with more silly banter and offensive material next week. But before I go, I just wanted to say congratulations to Tracy for managing the last remaining undefeated squad. You're doing great this year, babe. Keep it up. As for the rest of you, scan the waivers, set your lineups, get everything ready this week, and good luck. Just not for Vinny, my paisano. Hey, relax. Your Smack Talk video's coming soon, so stay tuned.